Welcome to Statesmen, the podcast where we explore all 50 states with our 5 senses. If you've come here for history, we're giving you none. This is a bonus episode, so all of this will be half-baked opinion that is never intended to harm or offend anyone. Boarding school, where education is more than language arts and over-the-pants rubbing in gym class. It's a lifestyle. 3 principals, not the pulls, but pals, must convince parents wealthy to send their children away to their own school like salesmen of a grand dream. They who haunt those halls and grow old as a perpetual cycling of students stay the same age, maintaining a healthy and loosely respectable dominance over a kindred lot of more or less 100 in search of adding another eager head to their flock. Where will the parents send their students? To the snowy mountains and verdant greenery of Vermont? To the Mormon-dominated salt flats of Utah? Or to the frosty vistas of Alaska? We welcome you to class.
Here come them dang Statesmen boys again.
I'm your older statesman, Tim Ferrari, along with my junior statesman, Anthony Rossi.
2020 back in action.
And Stuart Highcar.
About to be a class hole, baby.
Looking back on last year, this was fucking nothing. This podcast was nothing. 2020 vision is strong with us.
Absolutely. 2020, I cannot explain to our listeners how powerful the podcast is going to become, but also how prescient it will become.
Yeah, the jig is up, listeners. We recorded those first couple episodes back in the disgusting year 2019.
Oh, we all had a disgusting December, didn't we?
Absolutely. Towards the end of it, we didn't see each other for 3 weeks? It was miserable.
Yeah, that is really sad.
It was so hard. I really missed how every night, we used to put our heads in sort of like a triad formation where my left eye would look into Anthony's right eye, Anthony's left eye would look into Tim's, and so forth. And so, you know what I'm talking about, guys? The thing we do every night?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we kiss.
Yeah, I missed it.
I missed that too.
I miss it too. It feels like even though we've been back for quite some time, we fell right back into the grind. Just got right back into that adult life,
yeah,
right?
You're telling me, man.
So we haven't even been able to see each other all that much.
Oh, yeah. Anthony, what was your holiday break in the week of 2020? How's it been?
My holiday break was wonderful. I finally went back to upstate New York after a year of being away, the longest year of my life, the longest period of time that I've ever spent away from home. And it felt really great to get out of the city, get away from the job for a while, and actually truly have nothing to do except hang out with my family and my dog. And it was really nice, really relaxing. I actually got to like control my sleep schedule, get as much sleep as I want, and I'm talking 8+ hours, baby.
Right now, your sleep schedule is controlled by that cockatoo you have in your room, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I will not give it away nor open the window. And it's the only way I can wake up.
I understand.
But I have a job where I have to wake up at 6 a.m. to get to my desk by 7. So it's just tough to like get the right amount of sleep, especially because in the winter months, the sun is setting so early that you want to live your life, and really like feel like you're contributing something to your own personal pool instead of the office pool, right? You know what I'm talking about, Stu?
And with this new office culture where they want you to live in the building, be friends with your coworkers. What is this? Foxconn? No. A job is a job. You should let me leave it when I'm not there. No, leave my worries at the desk, I say.
Well, I can't leave my worries at the desk. I just found out. I did apply for that promotion a while ago. I did mention it on the podcast. Outside hire.
Ah, that's right. Anthony's pretty bummed about this, but I will say the outside hire was Tim Ferrari. So congrats, Tim, on that promotion.
Thank you very much. I am now rich.
Yeah. And speaking of rich, Tim, I love your rings. How was your holiday season?
Well, I won a championship in basketball and now have an official 2020 ring.
It's wild that Adam Silver instated that new Christmas championship.
Yeah, it's also crazy that I can jump that high.
I was shocked.
My Christmas was fine. It was, I went back to St. Louis and it was 70 degrees outside. I was in a t-shirt on Christmas.
Damn.
And I walked around the park and it was just absolutely lovely.
It was still a white Christmas, the white flesh of your upper arms.
Ah, yeah.
Glistening in the sun. How'd you know? Like a golf ball.
Okay.
Did you get hit with any golf balls while you were home in Missouri?
I get hit with a golf ball every single time that I'm home.
Yeah, for the listeners, Tim lives on a golf course and, his house, like a good par 5, it's long.
Timmy,
My house?
Yeah, you got a long house.
Yeah, I do. I guess I do have a long house.
Tim, you got some great gifts for Christmas. Your mom is making all this insane pottery. I'm being genuine.
Yeah.
Those are
I'm
awesome
not laughing
gifts.
at- Yeah, I agree. I've seen some of your mom's work. It is astounding. Is there a place that our listeners could go and buy your mom's Porsche?
No, it really kind of sucks. I've been trying to push her to start an Instagram and start an Etsy, and I think it's like kind of out of the generation of her like understanding how to do that, perhaps.
But hey,
TikTok.
maybe she's just a true artist and she just likes to create and doesn't care to sell it. And I
love
respect that.
Speaking of real artists, we're going to be helping a few today, right?
Hey, whoa! Before we talk about these artists, what about you, Stuart?
Oh, boy,
Come on.
I was hoping to avoid it because I had such a hell of a holiday season. You know, it's supposed to be a time for family fun and presents, right? Not for me. It was full of strangers, anger, and no gifts given. That's right, guys. I got stuck in the airport on Christmas.
Oh, wow, that sucks. How?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, man.
You yelled bomb or something?
Yeah. So there was a threat at the airport, and they grounded all flights. And luckily, there were a couple of other unaccompanied minors there to sort of create a new family, you know? And what I discovered is the family isn't what you're born into. It's who you find and take care of. You know?
Right, for sure. So you're what? You're now a father? You're an adopted, you're an adoptee dad?
I'm an adopted daddy, yes. So I was adopted by a child, but I'm also technically this child's father.
Yes.
If you want to get into it, we can.
I'm kind of, no.
Okay.
You know, we have like a couple of artists that were coming to help out. You know, Stuart, you mentioned it earlier. What the fuck are we doing? Well, we're setting up these tables.
Yeah, we're doing something really special today. Obviously, the three of us have always had a passion for private schooling, right? I mean, we've been saying that since the beginning of the podcast. We're always talking up these really hard to get into, really fucked up small schools in crazy locations where you send your kid for a year and then they come back a twisted old tree, you know?
Yeah, and now that we have all these connections across the 50 states, you know, because of our year of podcasting where we were flying to these states and sitting down with the good people.
That's right.
We forged some really strong connections with owners of private schools.
Yeah, I mean,
across the
we
states.
learned about some of the best private institutions in America, and today we're putting that knowledge to use.
Yeah, we've invited these three really eclectic, different types of principals to come and pitch their schools to some of our good friends from the Girls Like Us podcast.
That's right. They're not going to be pitching to us because obviously, although I am an adopted daddy, none of us have kids. But our friends from the Girls Like Us podcast are here, and they have their beautiful new baby. And I mean, I can't wait to get into it. Let's just bring them on.
Yeah, let's please welcome to the show Sophie Krueger and Frannie Comstock.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. Our principals are very, very excited to meet your child and meet you.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Frannie and I have been prepping Melinda all day. We've been, you know, just running through different scenarios with her just so she gets in the headspace of like having to perform. I know that that's hard. You know, performativity.
For a 2-month-year-old, that's kind of hard.
Yeah,
she's
a
gonna have to-
2-month-year-old. Yeah, a 2-month-year-old. It's really hard.
I will say, though, it's hard for a lot of kids. It seems like your baby is taking to it incredibly well.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, like, so, you know, as adults, performativity is part of our everyday lives. We
Absolutely.
Oh,
we
I
go
don't see
outside.
that at all.
We
No, we
perform
always
our
wear masks.
we perform our identities. We perform every different intersection of who we are. But for children, you know, they're just so organic in who they are. Yeah. So for her, it's been, you know, kind of a journey, but she's definitely getting there.
She is getting there. And, you know, the thing is, you know, we have this podcast. We just started it, you know, and you kind of have to have a gimmick in this
sure.
economy.
Totally.
And we were like, well, what is a gimmick for people like us?
It is the gimmick economy. For girls like us,
For girls
what is
like us,
a
what's the gimmick? And it is having a child. But do we know how to take care of a child? No.
No.
Do we want to? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Hey, that's every parent,
Exactly.
right?
No,
Right,
yeah. We are so, you know, it was one beautiful night I got Frannie so deeply pregnant, and I was like, this is
Yeah.
going to be huge for the podcast.
Yeah. And I did have the baby in what, like a week?
In a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Natural.
remember, Sophie,
in a tub.
I remember you texting us as a group saying, like, this is maybe the deepest pregnancy I've ever had. Like,
Right.
you,
Yeah,
you
Sophie's had quite a
really,
few.
Yeah.
you put it deep in there.
Yes.
It was like in my like
Sternum.
clavicle.
Yeah.
It was in my
Wow.
clavicle.
It looked
Frannie
like you had
carried in the
another head.
clavicle.
Yeah, I did, essentially. Yeah,
Right.
I was like a hydra.
Yeah.
Every time I cut it off, it'd come right back into.
Yeah.
So this is just one of them.
This is
there's a
right.
few.
Yeah, we have
This
few,
is what
but-
we're investing the most time in. The others, I don't really know where they are. I just kind of like left them somewhere. I
Not
don't really
interested.
care.
That's
Totally
Yeah.
fair. But we have been receiving some, terrifying letters to this address, and they're written with the spelling's all really bad. The hand is shaky. I don't know if those are for you guys, but we'll talk about those a little bit after the podcast.
Okay.
I did
Alright,
put my
yeah.
forwarding address to the Stu studio.
That makes sense.
It's like when a kid writes letters to the North Pole, you just write the Stu studio. They know where to take it.
They
know where to,
know,
yeah.
they
They know.
So it's interesting that we're giving you these that we're presenting some of these principles to you because you do a podcast about schools and
Yeah,
or
mostly about
a
school.
school.
Yeah.
And it seems like you might be the most informed people about school and where to send your child.
I would definitely
Yeah.
say that's the case. So, for the listener, we do our podcast, Girls Like Us. We review the Click series of YA books by
I wouldn't
the
even
author.
say we review it. We just
Recap and digest.
we digest it.
Yeah, we voraciously consume it
Yeah.
and shit it out.
And internalize it.
Right.
I didn't know there was a sequel. What's next? 2 remotes?
Oh, God. This is
Oh,
it's a click joke.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a click joke.
It is.
That's funny. Honestly, okay.
I fully did not get that, and I gave Anthony the dirtiest look of all time.
A click sequel where there's another guy and he's also pointed it at him and they can control each other's lives.
It's like an echo chamber.
Yeah.
So do you guys want to tell our listeners, just before we bring in these principles, and I am
Right,
sorry
yeah.
they're running a little bit late, what with all of this LA traffic.
Exactly.
Right.
But can you guys tell our listeners a little bit about just like what your podcast is and why you're such a good fit for this one we're recording right now with all these principles in education and kids?
Yeah, so we do a podcast on the Click series of books, which follows a group of young tweenage girls at a prep school called Octavian Country Day, OCD,
OCD, named after a disorder some people have.
as a joke.
As a joke.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, some people have it as a joke.
Some people have it as I personally have it as a joke. My
Yeah.
doctor's always like, he's like, okay, here's some
Okay, cut
more
the bit.
Lexapro, and I'm like, haha, okay. I guess I'll take this every day so I don't kill myself. Ha. It's pretty good.
And basically, it's a very, very high rent sort of prep school in Westchester County, New York.
Which I
and,
don't know if we can afford that for our child.
personally, I am willing to pay anything just so that I don't have to like feed and clothe this child.
Yeah.
But if price is going to be a thing for you, I guess we could maybe sidebar on that.
So obviously these books explore like the culture of the young kids in these situations.
Correct.
So based off of those books, is there anything that you're looking for in your school? Like any hot things you're looking for or trying to stay away from?
Hmm. Well, we've talked about whether we want a mixed gender school or a, gender
Single gender segregated school.
Gender segregated school.
Single gender education. This is something that we've discussed. We are a household of strong women, i.e. girl bosses. So we think that it might be interesting for our child to have like a mixed gender thing.
Yeah.
We're also interested in no poor people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, these are private schools we're talking about, so it's
So
really
that's-
not
that's
a
a
problem.
Right, but like no scholarship.
No
Yeah.
scholarships. That's important. Write it down.
No. And I also would just like our child to have like an interesting, like culturally informed location where they go to school.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, the 3 principles we brought on, and the listeners might have heard this in the intro, but these principles come from a couple of different states, almost randomly chosen by us today, because there are just so many great private schools around America.
Of course, all around the country. What are the 3 states that we picked? I'm pretty
Well, of course, I picked a principal. I suppose he's a headmaster, actually, from the state of Alaska, the great 49th state, and he'll be here any moment. Jeez.
What's that guy's name?
His name is Headmaster Juno Palin.
Oh, Juno. Oh, is he a Palin?
I honestly no idea.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Anthony, what did you choose?
Well, of course, being from the Northeast, I had to work with the strongest connections that I had. So I'm pulling Dr. Sullivan syrup right out of Vermont to come and speak with you today. Great guy.
Great guy. And
Great
so
guy.
Sweet. So
You're
sweet.
You're gonna love him.
I needed to, dip back into my roots. I'm not Mormon, but I am a little bit salty all the time. So
Shut up.
I love the state of Utah. So of course I brought my really, really good friend Bick Salt, Principal Bick Salt, into the place.
I would just say conceivably Tim could be like one of the escaped Mormon kids.
Oh,
yeah.
A Mormon, he's still on Rumspringa. I know
know.
Rumspringa. I know it's not. I know it's not.
our listeners are going to be pissed.
And you are
The
doxing. You
Amish
are
community
doxing
is
me.
going to be really mad at you.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
We
They're
print
gonna
these
come
on
find him
wax
now.
cylinders for them.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I think oh,
What was that?
what the heck was that?
Did somebody drop a marble?
I think I have to go get the door.
Oh, okay.
I'll be
great.
right back. I think I'm just gonna. I might get the door and I might hit the vending machine.
Oh, cool. Actually,
Okay.
could we come with you to the vending machine?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be a private meeting anyway.
Yeah.
We should really let you guys
Yeah, I
handle
would
it
like
so
you
you
guys
have
to-
the best feel.
Yeah, we have
They're
some
not,
sensitive information.
Right,
About
and
our
I-
church.
Totally
Yeah.
understandable.
and you
Yeah.
said, there's like all these issues with performity. You don't want them like trying to impress us.
No.
We're trying
No.
to win you over.
Obviously, they
Melinda
already...
is so sensitive to people's energies. As a 2-month-old, she doesn't have full range of vision yet, but she does really, really sense the auras of the people in the room. So I would appreciate especially Stuart to leave.
Okay. Yeah. And no, I do understand. I've been told I have a vibe a lot like an abandoned hospital. I don't know what that means, but people say it.
Hey, Stu.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're a regular Tim Robbins over here. I think you should leave.
Oh.
Melinda really doesn't like esoteric humor at all, so I'd kind of appreciate if
Yeah.
you didn't bring
Right.
I
that
agree.
up
I agree.
specifically.
I totally understand. It's
Yeah,
cheap, it's boring, and
no.
it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll leave as well.
All right, why don't the three of us head to the vending machine? And before we go, let's all just say what we're going to get from the thing. Me, Chewy Spree.
I brought. I'm gonna get a Milky Way, but I brought big, thick chunks of salt to put on top of it. I love salt.
I'm going to get the weirdest flavored Doritos I can find.
Hell yeah.
Can you guys bring me back some rolled gold pretzels that have just been crushed by being compacted?
Yeah, we can see what we have.
I would
Okay,
like
thank
the mint lifesavers is still in like the foil
Oh,
wrapper that
yeah,
have been
yeah.
there since
Yeah.
the 90s.
Yeah.
The
for sure,
25
for sure.
cent. Yeah.
Right.
And they have like
We are
rest
trying to
in
save
peace
money,
Reagan
so-
on the
Right.
side of them.
Yeah, maybe I should just get like a pack of 5 pieces of wintergreen gum because we
Yes.
are trying to save money.
Guys,
so.
you can
Yeah.
clear it out. I mean, we have so many quarters, it's insane. So,
Okay, then that's fine. If you're paying them, that's
of course, that's what we're here.
Yeah.
We're here to help. So,
You guys are truly feminist for doing this, by
thank
the way.
you. And by the way, when you said girl boss, we actually all hear Stan Queen. So, okay.
Yes,
okay. Good.
thank you.
Good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no problem.
Camden can stay in the room.
Okay.
All right,
well,
yeah. Let's go to the vending machine, y'all.
All right. Bye.
They
So are we-
actually left.
They actually, this is so weird. Did you Venmo me for the diapers?
No, I can't really afford that right now.
That's fine. Like, if I'm gonna pay rent, it's like
You're paying a rent for me that like emotional, like it takes
That's
a lot
right, it is
about
like
me
a lot-
emotionally. So
you do a lot of emotional labor for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think someone's coming in. Oh, hi.
Hi. It's
Hi. Hey, you guys are the parents?
Yeah.
yeah.
Hi. I'm Bick. I'm from Utah.
Hi, Beck. How are you?
Good. I'm really excited to meet you guys. Really excited for your daughter.
Yeah.
Child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
We haven't
sure,
really checked.
We haven't
yet,
really. Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
Sure. Well, the other principal should be here any moment, but now it's really, really nice to meet you guys.
Another one's here.
is
Hello.
Do I have to open?
It's okay. I think you'll come in automatically.
I'm sorry. Frannie did give birth to the child, but I am still having like residual sympathy labor pains.
Yeah.
So I would prefer to just remain sitting.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just don't understand sympathy.
Hello.
yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
That's right. Headmaster Juno Palin here.
Oh.
Hi.
I'm sure you've heard of the school.
Are you a Palin?
Am I, sir? Yes. Yes, I am. But I'm also the headmaster of Alaska's greatest private institution and one of the principals you'll be meeting today.
I will say
excited.
I didn't agree with her politically, but I thought Bristol was superb on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, can't say enough.
Oh.
More knocks. Who could this be? Another prince?
Hello, hello. Firm handshakes all around. It's me, Dr. Sullivan Syrup, here from the finest boarding school in Vermont.
Hi, Dr. Syrup.
Hi,
How are
Dr.
you?
Yeah.
Hello. So nice to meet you.
Where is your I'm so sorry. I just want to check this out. Where is your degree from?
Sorry? DeVry.
Wow, a doctorate from DeVry?
Hey,
How long did it take you to earn that degree?
This isn't really about me. It's about my school. I'm here as a representative of my school.
Okay. Well, like the characters in The Music Man, credentials mean a lot to me. So.
It is a doctorate of interpersonal social
enough
interaction.
For me. That's enough. That's great. I love that.
He sounds like a smart guy.
Oh, yeah. I'm a real smart cookie.
Ooh, I can't believe 3 principals in one room, 2 incredible parents, and where's the little one?
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Did we leave her on the train again?
I don't think it was that. We stopped at that pizza place with
fuck, yeah.
I think we might have
like accidentally paid with her.
Yes.
It's really good that you're this neglectful with your children because
it's not neglectful.
It's really just that I don't care.
When you say
we care. We practice sort of a radical independence in our family.
Did you happen to leave your child at Comet Pizza?
It's impossible to say at this point.
Okay. Well, today, the 3 of us, as we've been informed by our friends, the Statesmans, we're going to be pitching you guys on our private education institutions.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
We really need to kind of make a decision today because I can't stand another night.
No. Yes. I'm willing to ship off our baby with literally whoever gives us the best pitch.
Sure. So I'm here to tell you about my school today. It's called Learnmont.
Okay. Very
Learnmont.
Cool.
Yeah, Learnmont, of course.
What is that a play on words?
Nope. It's the name of the school, asshole.
Hey, whoa. Very early.
To
Sorry.
keep the language, I know our child isn't here, but we absorb, like we said, she's sensitive to energy.
She's
so
very sensitive to auras. Yeah.
Totally understand. And by the way, if she is sensitive to auras, she would do absolutely fantastic at the Alaska Prep School for the Gifted Mind.
I already love this.
We have psychic energy all over campus. Some of our kids, they translocate to class every day. That's right. They're asleep in their beds, but learning in their dreams? We'll get into it.
It's really interesting that you say that because Melinda's already begun early signs of translocating.
I'm so happy to hear that.
There's a lot of astral projecting occurring in our home, I would say.
Is that something that you expect of your child? To translocate at will?
If it's something we can monetize, then it's something that we hope for, I would say.
Yes.
But if it's not, then I don't. If it makes our lives more difficult, then no.
Your child might be perfectly suited for the Bosch, Utah Technical Tutorage for students of exemplary expectations.
Okay.
Bosch?
Bosch.
Who? Bosch who? Chris Bosch?
Hieronymus Bosch.
Bosch 2.0.
Hieronymus Bosch.
Bosch point out.
Bosch point.
Bosch 2.0. We teach students how to manage their expectations to be only great.
Wow. It seems like you guys have 3 really great choices.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough.
I feel like the only way to really talk about all our schools, and maybe we should do it in memory of the 3 boys who invited us here, is to do it through the 5 senses. Bick, what's wrong with your neck?
I have just, I'm having an allergic reaction to the air in the room. Does anybody have peanuts?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I'm actually allergic to peanuts.
Frannie is, and I believe, obviously she hasn't been tested yet, but it's very possible that Melinda also is.
Oh, that's really sad. Well, I'm having some kind of reaction in here, so my neck might be shrinking throughout this whole thing.
Oh, no. Are you allergic to penicillin?
No, I'm allergic to your bullshit, Sully.
Okay, they just specified
Again with the language.
Yeah, they come on, man. Read the room.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just aggressive.
2 mommies here. 2 mommies here.
2 mommies.
2 mommies.
2 beautiful, hot mommies who don't look like they've given birth.
No, even though one of us has.
I wanted to say
we'll
I
never
couldn't
tell which one.
I had no idea which one. I can't even look. Is it cesarean? Cesarean, natural? Don't mind me prying.
It was oral. Actually.
It was oral. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
Oral and in a tub.
Yeah, birthing technology has come so far in the last 2 months.
Yeah, right. That it's truly mind blowing the kind of things the human body can do.
I'm very excited to hear these
pitches. I'm ready.
Like we said, we're making a decision today. So.
Yeah, right. We're on a time crunch. Yeah. We have a showing of Underwater later that we have to get to.
7 miles down, the terror is real.
Well, actually, so TJ Miller was actually our sperm donor.
He was TJ Miller was our sperm donor.
Is that true?
Yeah,
and
it's
as
true.
payment for him, we had to promise to see Underwater opening weekend.
Interesting that you say that because TJ Miller was one of my students. He was a super senior, 5 years. We're best friends.
Wow.
wow.
That explains it.
Yeah.
Slow guy.
I absolutely loved Silicon Valley.
Oh, yeah. I helped write that show with Mike Judge.
Wow.
He is also an alumnus.
Hey, this guy's got a heck of a voice, but can I ask, do you have a heck of a mind?
A heck of a mind.
Can we get into these teaching institutions?
Please.
Please,
Sure.
God, I have to get to this showing of Underwater.
Well, let's go through them with the 5 senses, right?
Yeah, I'm down. Well, the first thing that you're going to be smelling at my school is the smell of success.
Okay.
Future success. You're walking into my school and what you're smelling is success. But what you're really smelling is your own pride. Pride for your children. Pride for the other students who are also doing so well, who are also going to be doing in their future. And you're also probably going to be smelling burning rubber because we like to race cars. Bosh.
So as someone who's spent
Do the cars do line
do
dances?
the
ever?
cars.
Yeah, they do line dances just like at Disneyland.
Okay, very good.
It's
Absolutely.
really cool.
That's a
Can
big
I
question
ask,
mark.
do the cars come from nearby?
Nearby. What?
Never mind.
This is Salt Lake City. We're not making cars here.
So you're smelling burning rubber. You have a racetrack on campus?
Absolutely. It's on the inside. It's one of these interior racetracks. Instead of a gymnasium, we don't make the kids run, we make them drive.
Wow.
This is
Sounds
personally
dangerous.
huge for me because I not only wanted for our daughter to have an action-oriented education and a very tactile approach to learning, but something that is actively introducing the concept of fatality into the life of an infant.
Yes,
Yeah.
F1. Fatality first.
Right. Okay.
Good.
That's great.
Just
We love
like my
that.
favorite video game.
Doc, do you like playing video games?
Yep. Fatality.
Oh.
Just like they say in Mario Kart.
I'm gonna say right away, video games are a no from us.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Okay.
No worries, we don't have any simulations inside of my school. It's
It's
only
all
the
real.
real.
Except for
fucking deal.
life itself, honey. Don't forget that.
Don't say that around the Mormons.
Are you Mormon yourself, Vic?
Do I look like it?
No, honestly,
Honestly,
you look
not
a
at
lot
all.
like Driftwood.
I escaped
From what?
a prison.
Oh,
Oh.
I didn't know do Mormons have like Mormon gulags?
You don't want to fucking know what's
I think
underneath
I do.
those
I do.
buildings.
Franny
We
and I
have
were
to
very
be-
interested
yeah.
in full transparency in this process.
Okay.
So I do want to know.
It was 1985 when I escaped from that hellhole gulag of the Mormons. It was underneath the Salt Lake. You ever been there?
I saw Under the
No.
Silver Lake and it was too long.
Well,
That's
is
what.
that what Underwater is about? Are they under the Salt Lake?
No, the underwater, honey, they're in the ocean. The Salt Lake is not that deep, sweetheart.
but what is
Okay.
the ocean but a big Salt Lake?
I popped out of that god dang gulag and swam up to the surface and landed up on shore. And maybe 1 month later or something like that, the next 16 years of my life were spent at the Bosch Utah Technical Tutorage for Students of Exemplary Expectation.
What's that acronym for that? Is there a
Butsy.
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 Okay.
But if you take away the E of the last one, it's kind of funny.
I really want to instill a sense of humor in our child.
Yeah,
so
that's important. That's
to
been
us.
important to me, but not too much.
Right. Well, we can
No.
only laugh so much about
If our
fatalities
child
first.
does
Right.
a podcast or anything,
It would be not
That would
only
end my
unacceptable, but also embarrassing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, you do look like a Mormon, but without the second M. I'm going to tell you instead of telling you what you are going to smell, I'm going to start by telling you what you will not smell down at Learnmont as you enter our campus. Garbage. Burnt rubber. Exhaust fumes. Any of the pollutants you breathe in every day in a major city, like Chicago. You won't smell smoke from a cigarette, cigar, cigarillo, or pipe. You will not smell e-juice vapor from any sort of vaping device. Look, we understand that humans have devices and we don't pass judgment on our students. But our campus has been a tobacco and nicotine-free zone since it first opened in 1990. Now, here's what you will smell. Fresh air. So pure. You'll realize this is what the world is supposed to smell like. Not garbage, burnt rubber, exhaust fumes, or any of the pollutants you breathe in every day in a major city, like Chicago. You'll smell wood. Fresh, living wood from the healthy ancient trees that surround our campus,
We're a wood-free home.
as well as polished wood from our wood floors and fixtures. You'll smell community and friendship. That smell of electricity that exists between two minds during a lovely conversation. The smell of the crisp friction between two hands as they exchange an elated high five. And you'll smell the smell of a new, exciting home. Down at Learnmont.
Wow.
The thing about us is that while obviously we are concerned about our child's health, we do want her to be cool.
That's the thing,
So
and
we would be sending her
smoking
away
is
with the
cool.
e-cig. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. My thing is, when the adults in her life are so actively concerned with certain things like the earth or their health, it really deprives a child of their sense of wonder in the mistakes a young person can make, and also fucking before it's so embarrassingly late that nobody will fuck you.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so what you're looking for in a school is a sense of rugged individualism.
I would say that is correct.
Oh, well, then look no further than the Alaska Prep School for the Gifted Mind. That's right. The first thing you're going to smell when you come on campus, it might be some burning fumes from the boat just off the 3-seat catamaran that you must take to get there. That's right. We're featured on an island just off the Alaskan Peninsula. And when you touch down on shore, you'll smell fresh, clean salmon fillets wafting through the air from the Bayside Salmon Hatchery. That's right, everyone. You'll pull up to our island on your boat, share a look with your young one, and then head to our LEED-certified our ethically harvested salmon hatch hut. Do you two have any interest in fish?
We are a pescatarian home.
Oh,
I'm from Vermont. I have a lot of interest in fish.
not
brother.
with a PH, friend.
Yes, we are.
Well, we're interested in both.
We're interested in both. Trey Anastasio is the godfather of our child.
We've been feeding her goo balls.
Yes,
Day
we
one.
have.
Oh, no.
One might say that Melinda's quite fond of bouncing around the room.
Our goal is to get her to do a 25 to 35 minute jam session. I don't know if we'll be able to achieve
We
that
did
with her.
actually meet on Farmony, which is the fish hookup lounge on
Facebook, yeah.
where I posted, "Hey, I'm kind of K'd out right now, looking for a friend in any place of the world." And Frannie also happened to be in Boca Raton, Florida that night, and
A magical night.
A magical
Started at the
night.
Margaritaville. It ended at the Margaritaville too.
Yes, baby.
Well, guys, I know you're probably aware with a pescatarian household, but salmon contains omega-3 fatty acids, which, as we all know, protect your blood vessels and prevent death from heart disease. So, while Bick's school might be all about fatality first, mine is actually about longevity in life. The 2 L's, not Lindsay Lohan.
Hey, Juno, you smell like a pregnant teen.
Okay.
What the hell?
We consider ourselves pregnant.
Yes.
So that's offensive to us.
The policy of our podcast that you are barely legal until you are 30 years old. So
Exactly.
And I consider myself barely legal as well.
Good.
that's big for us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, based on all of the smells of each of our collective schools, which one are you going to pick based on this criteria?
Well, we already ruled out that we would like our child to smoke. So unfortunately,
Learnmont
is out of there.
Okay, I'll win you back in another category.
Hey, Sullivan, sear up your ass.
What is
Hey,
that?
man.
Again,
no.
no aggression.
So, yes, the aggression of the school on the Salt Lake is kind of a turnoff. As
it's kind of making me dry right
It's
now.
a
I was
little-
very
yeah.
wet to come in here.
yes,
so-
the salt. Yeah, the salt is really drying me out right now. I'm going to say the sort of rugged individualism of the Alaskan school. Also, as Alaska is not located in the continental United States, it is the farthest our child could possibly be from us,
which
and
is really exciting.
really sexually exciting for the two of us and our growing podcast empire. So I'm gonna have to say, so far, I'm going with the headmaster in Alaska.
Yeah.
Alaska. Oh, it feels good to hear
We
you
are
guys.
looking for Alaska right now as a family.
Okay. You guys like John Green? He actually almost died at our school.
What was he doing? Was he on a book tour or something?
No, tripped, rolled his ankle, fell down a hill, got really
Oh.
bad concussion, took us 3 hours to get a flight out of there.
Wow.
Not a fun story.
No.
No, definitely
but
not.
But it's good to know.
It is good to know.
If there's a possibility our child could die. and it would seem like an accident. But I can't imagine that if I put my child in a race car that the police would take kindly to that.
Right, exactly.
If she just happened to fall down a hill.
Well, here's what's
optics
interesting.
of that situation would be pretty
It
bad.
seems that young girls with close proximity to John Green and his projects tend to die, so I also would be sort of interested in
What's
that.
very interesting about the situation, and what I haven't released to the press, but I suppose I'll do now, Hank Green was also on the hill with him. He says he fell. John looked scared. I don't want to get into it, all right?
Both of them alumni of Bosch, Utah Technical Tutorage for Students of Exemplary Expectation.
You've worked there for so many years. Why is it you take such a long pause before you say the name?
It deserves respect.
That's
and
fair.
a moment of silence.
So you would say that your school is really into sort of like classical and hegemonic notions of respect.
I would say reverence. Have you ever heard of God?
I've actually not.
Briefly in a Dan Brown book.
You might want to come to one of our more intimate seminars.
Sure.
Under the Salt Lake.
Will Andrew Garfield be there?
He is an alumnus, yes.
Okay, that's important.
How many famous people went to your school?
Interesting how you put famous before people. They were people before they came to
This is a good point.
Bosch, Utah Technical Tutorage
sorry.
for Students of Exemplary Expectation.
It seems like Bic Salt just waxed my buttocks. All right. Take it from here, Bic. What are we talking about next?
I was going to actually pass it over to you, Juno, because you were the winner of the last round. Maybe you'd want to see what we're looking at when we go to your loser school.
Of course, you'll show up on campus, but I'm sure you want to know what it looks like before you send little Melinda there, right?
Yes.
By the way, was she named after Melinda Gates? And say yes, please.
Yes. We actually, our podcast just got a very large and hefty grant from the Gates Family Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They decided
to stop making
they decided to take the money away from AIDS and put it towards us to
The
stop
bigger
making
threat.
They're calling us the sonar version of AIDS.
Yes,
That's what they're referring to. It's a compliment, I think. but-
Melinda in her letter said, I did not think that the AIDS crisis could have been spread through Apple Podcasts, and y'all have proved me wrong.
It's everywhere these days, but not at the Alaska Prep Institute for the Gifted Mind. Now, some phones at the table just buzzed, I'm sure, because I just airdropped you all a picture of where your child will be staying.
Oh, that looks great.
This
That looks like an Airbnb where we spent
a crazy afternoon.
Oh, just rented it for the afternoon?
We did a
we
3-hour
can't really
deal.
afford
Yeah.
to, it was more of it was actually one of the Airbnb experiences where you can do a pasta making class or something.
Oh.
We
Right.
just kicked that.
It was a sex
Motherfucker
dungeon in a
out.
cabin. Yeah.
But how beautiful and decorated for the holidays, I see.
I absolutely love
Just because
that.
it's snowing doesn't mean it's decorated
Yeah,
for the holidays.
I would implore you to look at the lower left quadrant of this photo.
Oh, you've
I see a
noticed
little
something,
Santa.
haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Well, that's the thing. It's a trick of the eye. But our campus looks at first sight to be a normal one-room log cabin. But in reality, it is 7 times the size. That man you see in the bottom left is to scale. The front door of our cabin is 90 feet tall.
What about the cat down here?
Sure. And you've also noticed one of the most dangerous people on campus.
Oh, no.
That's actually a grizzly bear that you've mistaken for a kitty cat. Massive, dangerous, but very exciting for young ones. Obviously, we wanted to take the idea of a classic Alaskan log cabin and make it big, 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 just like we want the dreams of our students. Now, what do you guys think of that?
Exciting. What are the logistics in terms of getting in and out of the campus? How heavy is that door?
That door is massively heavy, but here's the thing. All the students have to push together as one to open it.
Okay.
Teamwork.
Teamwork, unity, and you're probably thinking, sleeping arrangements, what is it? One big bed! That's right, a bed 7 times bigger than a normal California king, and all
How
the
many kids do you put in that bed?
all of them.
How many?
700. Give or take, depending on the day.
How do you decide who gets the blanket, the most
Yeah.
blanket space?
Mhm.
And who's on top?
On top of the other kids or on top of the sheets?
You know what I mean. Who's on
Who's topping? Who's
topping
Right
me?
now, Tyler's the top of the campus, but that's only because he finished our three-legged race first. His partner?
He does have 3 legs.
So you've met Tyler.
Oh, I've met Tyler.
Tyler's in the testimonials, right?
Really great to hear that you guys already have a
We
connection to
love
campus.
Tyler. We did
We
tea
do
with
love Tyler.
Tyler in his hometown of Boca Raton, actually, when we were there. The
Yes.
night I got Frannie pregnant.
Don't
Yes.
tell me that Tyler tipped the tea and told you all about the damn school.
Tyler,
He kept an aura of mystery about it.
He
Sealed
did.
lips on that kid, huh?
Yes.
not that night.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah. Let me assure you, his lips were wide open.
Honey.
Well, it's good to hear that you guys have such an open sexual relationship with one of our students, but I'd love to hear maybe about the visualizations of other campuses. Doctor, I'll defer to you.
Okay, well, here's what you won't see when you come onto our campus. Any kids smoking or vaping. Now, here's what you will see. Our gorgeous campus is located near Green Mountain National Forest. It's nestled in a valley enclosed by mighty trees, so we get to experience all the vibrant colors as the leaves change. At the center of our campus, we have a large park and quad that can serve as an outdoor event space or recreation area. Around this space, we have several class buildings, our library, and our dining hall. We'll get to that later.
Ooh.
Nice.
Beyond this
Please.
area, we'll find our spacious and comfortable dormitories. Then we find our community gardens laid out in separate rows based on their harvest season. So the overall vibe of our architecture is vaguely rustic with a dash of modernity. The exterior of each building is reminiscent of an inviting cabin or lake house, but the interior is current and furnished to remind you that you're at home, not a sleepaway camp.
Exciting.
Yeah, this is very exciting to me right off the bat. And something that I just thought of, honey, is that just because you
Yes,
don't
honey?
see any kids vaping doesn't mean they're not vaping. I mean, children are.
That's true.
I would love our child to learn to be sneaky. I think
would love
that's a
that
very.
too.
I think that's a
That's
very
exciting.
important quality.
It sounds like you guys had a lot of interior design help. Did you hire anyone specifically for the job or?
I wasn't involved in that, but they did hire the top experts from Interior Design World, the magazine, the publication you might be familiar with.
Of course I am. Yeah, I'm holding a copy right now. Look, the best bidets backing. Hold on, let me read this again.
That issue's from 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I've been called out by the doc.
Well, guys, we do have some top minds who really created a special place down up in Vermont. So
That's exciting.
yeah, it's very exciting. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
It's actually, frankly, hard for me to come here and pull myself away.
Will I see Senator Bernie Sanders in Vermont?
Oh, absolutely.
Finally, the
We
B
don't
word.
want our
our child anywhere near
Thank
We're
Bernie
you.
still
Sanders.
we're voting for Gobbard, and that's,
We are.
that's that on that.
We are a Tulsi household.
Yes.
A
Tulsi
Tulsi twosome.
Gabbard,
Yeah,
yes.
a Tulsi Gabbard. Yes, she actually held and kissed Melinda upon her birth. She did deliver the baby.
Ooh.
Wow.
Now,
She
do you
left a
guys-
mark.
Do you guys know Senator Amy Klobuchar?
Yeah.
Heard of it.
Famously, she shot and killed a rancher just outside of our campus.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that is certainly
That's certainly erotic.
erotic
to me.
for me. Yeah.
What now? What am I going to see at this? What Butsy?
You want me to say it again?
I
Hold
do
on.
want you to say it again. I kind of forgot what it was.
I have to take a longer moment for this one.
Just keep it up.
All of these words are confusing to my brain. That is something that is turning me off.
And you
about
do
this
have
school.
it tattooed, right, on your body?
On my arms, but as you can see, my sleeves are down. If you want me
yeah.
to roll them up, they might kill you.
I'm afraid. Yeah, I was going to say I'm afraid of what we may see.
Bosch, Utah Technical Tutorage for Students of Exemplary Expectation. Okay, what you're going to see here, you're going to go into a small building on the west side of Salt Lake City, okay? A small little shack. You're going to find a little cellar door. Okay, you're going to open the 2 doors and you're going to walk down about 16 steps of stairs. It's going to be pitch black. You go straight down the hallway until you see a light. It's concrete all around you. And that's all you're going to see for the rest of the entire thing. Until the rooms start to, kind of have depressions in each of the walls. Those are the classrooms. All the way at the end of the hall, there's the mess hall.
The meth hall?
Mess hall.
Excuse me.
Mess hall. Where we eat food. On the other side of the mess hall are the dorms. Excuse me, I have a little bit of...
Yeah, get that out of your throat. Just clear your throat. Come on, we're inside.
I didn't know there was a spittoon in here.
Sorry, I'm so used to the concrete walls and floors of Bosch, Utah Technical Tutorage for Students of Exemplary Expectation that I forgot that I'm not supposed to spit on the floor here. Basically, what I'm saying is my school looks like a gulag. Just like I was raised. Just like my education. And you're also going to see my beautiful face every single day.
Something that's attractive to me about this is that something that we don't realize as adults is that if we never introduce children to the concept of comfort, they are not at all
they don't want
interested in it.
No.
Hold on. Have you seen Us?
No.
Okay.
We've only TJ has us under tight.
TJ has us under contract. I'm not even if I have seen Us, I'm not allowed to say it in any form of media or any of my public appearances. No.
Well,
I would have to say, go continue.
I apologize. It's just a quick one, but at Butsy, you're definitely going to be seeing Jordan Peele because he's an alumnus. We screen Get Out every month.
Wow.
Now, I would have to say, because of the star factor and also that I'm assuming it's all concrete, it must be cheaper.
Yes, I would assume that it's cheaper. If we're not, so this is, and I'm so sorry, Mr. Syrup, but
Yeah. Doctor, please.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry, Dr. Syrup, but the thing that is a little bit concerning to me about your school is if we're using the top of everything, you're like, oh, everything's the top. Everything's the best. Everything is good. It's like, that sounds like it might come at a certain premium. And that's like something that my partner and I are very much not interested in.
Oh, well, I mean, we could discuss...
We're both on fixed incomes.
Mm-hmm.
We
and we don't want any scholarships.
No
we would actually
scholarships.
reject scholarships.
Hey, our rates are very competitive and affordable. I'm sure it's not any more expensive than either of these fine gentlemen's establishments.
I'm just saying from the outside, like, I also don't want anybody who sees where our child goes to school to think that we have any sort of money to be doing this because, quite frankly, we don't. And I also don't want to get robbed again.
Such a kidnap risk when your kid goes to a good school.
No,
totally.
I do want to remind you that our campus is enclosed by trees, so no one will be seeing your child.
But somehow Amy Klobuchar got through.
That was actually on my campus, and she's also a kidnap risk. Amy Klobuchar has taken kids before. Just a heads up.
But it probably wouldn't be the worst
mind.
if,
And the thing is, if they had some sort of ransom, we probably could pay it, but we wouldn't.
Yeah, we would choose not to. We'd be like, oh, we don't negotiate with terrorists. So it would be like a strong arm thing, but really it's like, we can't afford it. Also, Amy has a very sensible haircut, and I love that for a mom.
Bang!
Me, I have hair down to my ankles, and I refuse to have it any other way.
You have like jewel hair. It's
right,
really
exactly.
gross.
Would you say I have Joss Stone hair?
Yeah.
Did you say that? Thank you.
Every night I braid it.
Yes.
With my teeth.
Yes, and it's not erotic. It's actually out of necessity.
Well, speaking of erotic, which of
one?
these incredible schools turned you guys on the most?
Are you doing an impression of me? That's not cool at all. What are you doing?
Sorry,
That's not what your voice sounds
Your voice is really just getting into my ears. I like your voice. You sound like, you know who you sound like? Ray Romano, who, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Bick.
No, he's not.
Mr.
Not.
Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
That's appealing to us.
That's appealing to us.
We'll have to go with the gulag.
We're going to have to go with the gulag. For our child, specifically the gulag.
Thank you. You're making a great decision on that one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats. Well, so we've, what have we done, guys? We've done the smell of our schools. We've done
the sights of them as well.
Yes. So why not we go, we're walking down the hall in at least my concrete block of Bosch, Utah Technical Tutorage for Students of Exemplary Expectation, and we're in the mess hall. It's a full concrete area, and all we're being served, mashed potatoes. We love our potatoes.
Oh.
As an Irish family, that is somewhat triggering to us, but but we respect it and its heritage.
The generational trauma there.
Yes.
There's
a lot to
But she's going to
unpack.
have to learn how to deal with it.
Have you guys seen Transparent? It's like, it always comes back. You know, there's nothing you can do to like make it not come
Jeffrey
back.
Tambor, of course, was an alumni at your
Whoa,
school.
whoa. Come on. One thing about these mashed potatoes made of bugs.
So they're mashed
Made of bugs?
Made of bugs. You ever heard of the potato fly?
No.
They're very big.
You're serving your children bugs, and you've given him a win in a
So
category?
I would like to remind you guys, I'm sorry, you gentlemen, that we are a pescatarian family, and bugs are not fish, and they're also not plants.
Yeah, you're certainly right. You're certainly right. But what I'm saying is that these two guys are going to be feeding you nothing but capitalist garbage. Your child. Me, I'm going to be feeding you eco-friendly bugs when you get to my school.
Sir, I don't want to interrupt you, especially when you've done me the favor of coming so far to come pitch me your school. However, it's like your whole success narrative may not be explicitly capitalist, but all of the undertones of any sort of, competition and success and number one, fatality first, that is a doctrine so deeply implanted into us by capitalism.
Which we do love.
Which we
just wish that you would admit it.
We just wish you would just be upfront about it. We're all about balls to the walls, sort of like authenticity and radical truthfulness and cryptocurrency and crypto feminism and
yes,
our little
we believe
crypto
that a woman is
bundle of joy.
empowered when she can fire someone and hurt them with her money.
Exactly.
Well, the only thing you'll be firing is the engines of an F1 car when you're speeding down the racetrack at 250 miles per hour.
Like I said, that is interesting to me. I wish that we could all just be a little bit more honest about things.
I wish we could make I'm forgetting her name, Jen G. Cohen, who's the creator of Transparent. What's her name?
I wish that we could be a little bit more like, oh my God, what is her name? Fuck, wait, hold on.
Jenny.
Take your time. And
I am
Vic,
gonna
if
look
you
this up 'cause
could,
this
I'm
is important.
sure that she's an alumni of your school.
Actually,
Jill Soloway.
yes, she is.
Like a little more like
a
Jill
little bit more
Soloway.
like Jill Soloway.
And be
she
transparent.
wants it. And be transparent.
Look, I'll admit that I was a little bit hard-headed when I came in on the capitalist thing. One thing about my principle, you're going to get a taste of humility from me.
Oh.
We don't like apologizing in this family.
Get off your knees. What do you do? Get off the floor.
Stop trying to suck.
Stop
It's
trying to
not.
suck, dude.
It's not
Get away.
Come on, slap me. Thank you.
Honey, I haven't put my pussy on a man's face since Woodstock. 99.
Well, speaking of Woodstock 99, you might hear a song in a little bit that you're really going to jive to.
Let's hear about this Vermont.
Yeah.
What are we gonna? Were we on taste?
Yeah, so
Yeah, the bugs, remember?
Oh yeah, the bugs. How could I ever forget?
all right, one thing that you won't taste in our
Oh my God.
campus is the taste of a cigarette, a cigar, a cigarillo, a pipe, or any sort of e-cig device. But you will enjoy our campus dining hall, Flavor Vermont. We're fully prepared to account. Our chef, Wolfgang Puck, is fully prepared to account for any of our students' dietary preferences or restrictions. Yes.
The Wolfgang Puck.
The Wolfgang
And
Puck.
she is allergic to peanuts. Melinda.
She is allergic to peanuts.
think.
We've decided.
We're
decided
gonna
a minute
test it
ago.
out later tonight.
We're
But
raising her as allergic to peanuts.
And
Yeah.
a pescatarian family, we could absolutely
we
account
believe
for
a
that.
child can choose what they are allergic to.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, here's something that's going to be attractive to you. No one pays an extra cent for a meal plan because food is an essential part of life, and each meal offers a valuable opportunity for our students to commune.
As capitalists, do you guys agree with that?
So, as poor capitalists, the ideology, we don't actually care about it that much. We're more interested in how it looks and the kind of bucks that we're saving. So, Franny and I really love doing expensive things like going to the casino under that bridge and going on charter
to
flights out
another
of Miami,
casino.
going to another casino under a different bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of institutions will say, oh, the meal plan's an extra fee, or, the meal plan's free, but it's really wrapped into the cost of the upfront, tuition and everything along those lines. That's not the case with us. It is just a free part of it because we want our kids to be able to eat,
But we
however
also
they
want
like.
Melinda to be taught that there is no such thing as a free lunch.
Oh, well, we won't tell her it's free. That's just for you and I. Hey, so here's the thing. Our cafeteria, Flavormont, is always fully stocked with fresh produce from our community gardens that I mentioned before. We also offer 6 different varieties of in-house trail mix, ranging from savory to extra sweet with 3 X's. We source our proteins from nearby farms and hatcheries so we can ensure that we're getting 100% lean, cruelty-free, cage-free meats and animal products.
Can I?
Shh. We also offer every plant-based meat alternative and every animal product alternative you can think of. Many of our dishes often include our very own maple syrup, tapped from the very mighty trees that we have on our campus. We also had an exclusive deal to serve Ben & Jerry's ice cream for dessert, but we cut the contract when the boys sold their company to Unilever. Now we offer house-made desserts such as pies and cobblers. The three things we
What's the
emphasize
difference
in our
between a pie and a cobbler?
different shapes.
Sweetie. We're going to get in a fight about this later.
The three things we emphasize in our cafeteria: nutrition, sustainability, and flavor. Down at Flavormont, there's always something cooking.
Wow, well-rehearsed pitch.
That was a well-rehearsed pitch.
He closed his eyes and put his hands on his temples and said all of that.
No, I just, I know my school very well. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, your pride definitely comes through. It's just like whether or not that aligns with our values. I guess we'll see.
We'll see. We'll find out.
Well, what do you guys feel? I mean, do you have any immediate thoughts about his wide menu?
I would just say that it's a big turnoff to me. Like, so we're going to come out here and we're going to pretend that to an infant, there's a difference between pie and cobbler. I guess that's just...
A great way for her to learn the difference between shapes, though, as we did establish. The difference is that they are different shapes.
I just don't picture going into a dining hall and her even having the chance to look at a whole pie or a whole cobbler.
She is the size of a cobbler.
She
was born at 2 months.
Yeah. She was born at 2 months, the size of a cobbler. We can talk about this at home, but that to me is just deeply confusing and bordering on insensitive.
Oh, well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
This guy's school
No
really
apologies.
is rough.
No apologies.
Apologies are weak, unfortunately.
Apologies
I'm
are
beginning
weak
to think
and
that
unfeminist.
I'm beginning to think that they just don't like me at all.
What?
Why don't you go?
Hey, doctor, we love you.
We like you a lot more
We
than Vic, I will
love
say.
you.
I mean, they're real.
That's why we give you a hard time because we love you and we know you can do better.
Hey, thank you.
Yes. Speaking of love, what fills you up more than having to catch, kill, prepare, and eat your very own large Alaskan king crab?
I absolutely love where this is going.
Fantastic, because you're going to, all right, so we have a big tank of crabs that the kids one at a time have to disrobe. No adults are present. No adults are present.
The kids have to disrobe?
The kids have to disrobe, and they will judge each other's bodies, but we're not in the room for this.
That's natural.
We have microphones.
It is natural.
That is very natural.
It is very natural and actually a huge part of development.
Mm-hmm. And then one at a time, depending on the hotness of the bodies, and the children decide that, they're going to jump into the tank and steal one big Alaskan king crab from the bottom of the tank. Then
the bottom specifically?
Well, if I don't know if you know this,
no,
but
I don't.
crabs actually heavy, sink bottom ocean.
They do sink bottom ocean.
Also, crab, bug of ocean for sure. So big on that, we're the same.
It's different though. It's the ocean.
Mm-hmm. No bug in ocean except for crab.
Correct.
You can't spell ocean without bug.
True. In our family, that is the case, yes.
Once you find the crab of your liking, retrieve it from the tank, re-robe, you'll go outside where you can use only your wits and the island to prepare this crab and eat it. Now, this is one large king crab, body, 8 legs, 2 claws, for every child 3 times a day. Now, the whole process takes about 3 hours front to back. So most of the day is going to be this survival aspect of disrobing, getting the crab, re-robing, cooking the crab.
What's really interesting to me is the hierarchy of hotness could change between breakfast and dinner.
Absolutely. Somebody has a big bloaty morning. Yuck. Distended stomach, back of the line, probably get the smallest crab. But here's the thing. Smallest crab, smallest belly, back to the hot part of the line.
A cycle.
Are
It's
you
a
starting to
self-regulating.
understand?
Yes, it's a negative feedback loop.
Exactly. We don't like to discipline our kids. We let our kids discipline each other.
That's perfect.
That's sick.
Well, honey,
It's sick and rad.
I know that we don't want Melinda to learn too much.
No.
But I do think that the Learn Mont may give her some opportunity, to learn about the shapes, as I said, and also to learn about what other children are eating. So
my
she
thing,
can
though,
feel superior to them.
right. And I do want to cultivate in our child a superiority complex from a young age. However,
nothing does that more than disrobing in front of other children. And
This
that's
is-
known.
Well, she's not hot. I'll go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
She's ugly as fuck.
yeah, she's got like a weird.
She
the
looks like us,
combination of our,
honey.
the combination of our 2 bodies is, and with a sprinkling of T.J. Miller,
She's 7
results
feet tall.
she's 7 feet tall and like completely concave and convex in all the wrong places, and with the fattest fupa you've seen on an infant ever.
2 months old.
Jiggling fupa.
Wow.
She's twerking that fupa all over town.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is a skill.
Which is a skill.
Whatever pizza parlor she's stuck at right now, they must just be roasting her naughty, you know? So, guys, you've heard all about our mess halls. Who are you going to choose? Frannie, it sounds like you like the doc's pitch.
I do like the doc's pitch, but I want to hear what my life partner
So
has to say.
this is what I will say. If our child, whom we have made it clear that we don't wish to care for her in any sort of way, learns how to catch and prepare her own food from infancy,
that's true.
We're off the hook. We don't even have to keep paying for the school.
Oh, yeah.
What?
And set her free in the woods.
Free in the wild.
Like a pair of rogue underwear off a 7th grader who just got her period.
Oh, deep cut across universe.
Yeah, I would, you know
But
what?
honey, I will defer to you on this. Because
I have, so you mentioned that the school is surrounded by trees. Are there any opportunities for her to,
Explore?
catch owls and other wildlife? I
You're
don't know.
pescatarians, right? But
Yeah,
owls are
owls are
well,
the
the
fish of the
sky
sky.
is the sea of the land.
That's a fact.
Yeah, no, there's tons of opportunities to go out in the woods and explore. If you guys sign a one waiver one time, we will let her go out on her own.
That's all I needed to hear because accidents happen in the woods.
Exactly.
Learn Mont.
You've
got our vote on this one.
Hey, I'm on the board, and not just of my school. Oh, well, what's next, y'all? Should we? We've been through a couple different senses. We've done smell, we've done sight, we've done taste. Oh, what's next? How about we sing our school songs?
Oh, yeah. We all have a special school fight song prepared to sing to you. Now, of course, they're all going to be a little different. They're all from different parts of the country. So try and judge them instead on their own instead of comparing them to each other's.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Anthony?
Who?
The good point.
Who?
Dr. Syrup, if you wouldn't mind.
Syrup?
It's not syrup?
It's syrup.
Syrup?
What is your problem with me? Everybody in this room is kind of mean to me.
Doctor,
I'm a
just
very
need to
nice
win,
man.
doctor.
We should meet people where they're at, and this man is from the Palin family.
Thank you.
He has an
Thank you.
IQ of 2.
And unfortunately, while I was outside, a gun was fired next to my head, and I'm having a lot of trouble hearing what people are saying.
We didn't ask how you are related to them. What is your relation in the family?
A full blood, I'm a clone of Sarah Palin's husband, but we don't have time to get into it.
It's wrong to talk about politics in a situation like this, but I just want to say, in that election, I voted for John Kerry because I wasn't done with him yet.
You wrote in John Kerry for the 2008 election.
Yep. All right. Let's go into the song. Learnmont stands as tall as a mighty tree. It's a shining beacon for all to see. It's a place for you and a place for me. A learning, loving community. Learnmont. Learnmont. Where your mind is in our heart and your heart is in our mind. Learnmont. Learnmont. In order to be smart, you must first learn to be kind. Learnmont. No cigarettes, no cigars, no cigarillos either. No pipes and no vaping. Thank you.
Whoa!
What a dissonant
The chord
note to
doesn't.
end
Yeah,
on.
exactly. The chord doesn't even resolve. there.
Surreal.
Yeah.
That's to. I'm assuming it's to instill in you the fear that cigarettes should, instill in you.
Yeah.
The fear.
Cut your life short at any time.
Exactly.
Wow, that was that a lot of school fight songs are sort of taken from simple melodies that we all know and they're easy to jump into. That one I didn't recognize. Is it from anywhere in particular?
Purely original.
Not Brian,
Ooh.
didn't you guys?
No, I wish.
The sourpuss
That
himself.
wasn't. It would have been a really great opportunity for you to get Trey and the boys in this studio to cut up.
Hey, you got the connection. I'd be happy to meet with him. I've been dying. I have all these flyers.
Like
and
I said,
tickets that
doctor,
he
it's
hasn't
more
signed.
of an astral connection between Trey and I. He is the
sorry.
godfather of our child. Does he know? Yes, through energy. He doesn't know it literally or tangibly.
He sends us messages through the TV.
He does.
Okay.
The electricity and electromagnetic energy in our home suggests. Listen, it suggests that Trey knows he's the godfather of our child.
Okay.
Thank you.
Noted.
You guys wanted Brian Eno? Alumnus. alumnus, and he wrote our school song. If you don't mind, I might sing it for you.
I hope to hear a lot of electronic beeps and boops.
You're not going to. It starts like this. Bosh, bosh, bosh. School spirit, bosh. Bosh got sauce. Bosh don't loss. F1 tires bugs. You know how it tugs. Vroom, vroom, fight. Bosh stalks the night. Brian Eno, everybody.
Amazing.
Wow.
And he just came in to sing that, and then
He did, and he was very inspired, I guess, by like Soviet brutalist architecture to write that song.
This could only be made in Berlin.
Right, yeah.
Well, you'd think it could be made in Berlin, but luckily we used the concrete from the wall in Berlin to build the
Gulag?
To build the Bosch Utah technical tutorage for students of exemplary expectation.
You always hit that B in Bosch so hard.
That's the most important part of it. It starts it all. You know, it's like the spark of education and inspiration that we like to instill our students every day.
Well, it's two people who have never been to Berlin, but who are constantly told we would do amazing in Berlin. We appreciate the spirit of that.
Yes, we do.
Another thing just about my school, about the ambiance. Very important to an education.
Totally.
It's totally silent in there.
Is it like one of the sensory deprivation chambers?
You only
Our
hear...
child will be able to hear herself digesting the bug.
Your only heartbeat. It's your heartbeat that you listen to and the electrical firings in your brain.
So they don't sing this song. They just kind of like think it.
Well, yes. Well, there's only one student at a time in my school.
Oh. Well, this just took on a very, I guess, kind of urgent meaning for you.
Absolutely. I cared much about the youth, despite my appearance, despite my voice, despite my history.
You're telling me that the TJ Miller and Mike Judge and Brian Eno and Jordan Peele all went to your school at separate times?
Solo students. Okay. Solo students.
Okay, good to know. Okay. Personalize it at small class size.
I also don't believe in, the linearness of time.
No.
Notice all men.
It would be very crypto-feminist to send our child to this school.
It would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to hear this third song.
I'd like to hear a third song.
Wow. Well, I know my friend Bick was naming a lot of celebrities who went to the school, but we have one notable alumni as well. Does the name Aaron Barrett ring any bells?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
Is he the fine producer of Take a Knee, My Ass, I Won't Take a Knee?
No.
No, that's not him.
No.
That song played on our wedding night.
Oh, beautiful. So you are married?
No.
Well,
it was somebody else's wedding.
Yeah.
It was the night we went to a wedding.
Right.
But it's the only wedding we've been to.
That was in the back room of the Margaritaville.
Right. Yeah.
We were not invited,
It's
but
a spiritual
we did get the free
marriage.
drinks.
Wow. Well, Aaron Barrett, of course, the lead singer and guitarist of Real Big Fish, a noticeable ska band from the 90s.
Yes.
Now, we want to celebrate our alumni, and so we took the theme to Real Big Fish's Sell Out, their biggest song, and we wrote a fight song over the chorus. And I think you guys are really going to like it. So if I could get a little help from the studio band.
Oh, my God.
So you're gonna go to a northern school in a big state known for their grizzlies. The principal tells you what he wants you to hear. It feels really cold, and you're stuck there all year. Grizzly bears kill the grizzly man. You must never listen to that tape, my friend. This private education don't feel like a vacation. Stay inside at night or you'll meet a grisly end. Wow, I feel like I got lost in that performance a little bit. What do you guys think?
I think that just based on production value only, I think we have our answer.
Right, I think we have our answer. Also, I love to instill a sense of fear in our child surrounding leaving the house.
Did you catch that note?
Yes.
Because we do have to
I don't want to listen to those tapes.
We do have to tell parents that unfortunately the Grizzly Man incident happened indoors at our facility.
Right.
You should know that it is.
You have to go door to door.
That cabin was so big that bear was able to.
We didn't know it was in there.
Right.
Right.
And so he was sleeping alone, and regardless, so don't listen to those.
This is why a man should never sleep alone. Thank you.
Well, you've heard all three songs. Who will you choose?
It's got to be Alaska.
It's got to be
for
Alaska.
Me.
Your fandom of Brian Eno is despicable. Despicable. I brought that man in and he's in a limo home with nothing. Nothing.
Are you his producer? Or are you
I do a lot of things.
Okay. You have a lot of time if you're only teaching one student.
Yeah, that's what you would think.
Yeah.
But I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Right.
All of the time.
Seasonal depression.
Seasonal depression.
Because it's dark in the gulag.
You're underground so
Right.
often. Your skin transparent, by the way.
Your skin transparent.
Your skin transparent, booby.
Skin transparent.
Well,
Marriage done.
Marriage story.
Yes.
Queen.
You know,
Scarlett Johansson, the godmother of our child.
it looks like the doctor has an issue.
You know, I'm not telling you guys how to make a decision, but we've seen multiple examples of these schools being actively unsafe, and I just want to let you know, it seems pretty clear to me that my school is the best environment for your child. But
I don't know how to make this any clearer, and this is just between us as adults, but our child, we're not necessarily concerned with safety or cushiness or lying.
We don't want our child to go to a snowflake.
Yeah,
school.
I can't.
A lot of snowflakes around my school,
That's
unfortunately.
true.
That is
Yeah,
true,
that is
but that's the
unfortunate.
literal kind that actually can cause harm
No,
to
but
a
we also
person.
do have a lot of really sensitive boys there.
And a bunch of really big, burly girls knocking them down.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
well, you won. Why don't you steer us into the final sense?
Hey, Doc. Maybe I could take that stethoscope off you and listen to your heart.
It would tell you that I'm fed up. I came a long way here, and I just feel like this may not be a great fit. And I was very excited to meet with you, but I'm gonna put my all into this final sense. But I don't know.
I love you. That's why I'm being hard on you. Okay,
Okay.
I love you.
Okay.
Well,
Honey.
the final sense.
You are your child.
Doctor, look at me. You got this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, that was great. Would you guys ever be interested in teaching?
No. We don't believe women should
No, we don't
teach
believe that women should
anything.
teach anything. I would be much more confident in my child's trajectory if I were to just kind of like pass her off to a man who knew, I don't know, like how to put in a light bulb, how to drive a car.
Yeah, we've been living in pitch black.
Yeah, we literally can't even call an Uber.
So your child would actually feel pretty comfortable in the gulag halls of Mr. Bick's school.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I don't want to sell this for him. Let me instead talk to you guys about the final sense of our school's touch. What will touch your child? And what skill will they come away with? Your school's mission statement that your child can take home and tell you. Ours, it's about being yourself, finding yourself. Alaska, such a lonely state up there. The Great White North, the 49th state, not even the 50th. It can be hard sometimes to stand out in a crowd. That's why we have tried to create an environment where every child is constantly challenged and constantly made to feel as though every other child is laughing at them and paying attention to them. In this way, we will grind the rough edges off of a stone, and it will be hewn into a beautiful cat's eye marble that you can then roll down the steps of the Supreme Court, because I bet Melinda will be the next justice. Yeah.
We have been strategically plotting the death of RBG and giving her those cancer pills in order to sort of progress our infant daughter onto the Supreme Court, because honestly, should do the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Well, that is what I'm trying to teach. Much like RBG was alone on the court, your child will be alone in the woods. Tired, scared, cold, sleeping in a big dog pile of other kids, no bathrooms. And they're all just there. And you never have to pick them up if you don't want. So that's a pitch.
That is
Very attractive.
Good to know.
Anyway, that's what will be touching your child. You said it in the beginning, but it's rugged individualism, and that's what America's always been built on, and that's what America will always be built on in the future as well. Thank you.
The only thing that your child is going to be touched by at the...
I know the first one.
I do too. It's BOSH, Utah Technical Tutorage for Students of Exemplary Expectation. The only thing that's going to be touching your child are the words of Noam Chomsky.
I love this.
An alumni, I'm guessing.
He's the only teacher there.
Oh.
He's teaching
Why
your
is it
student.
so late that we're fucking bringing it up now?
This is the selling point.
Yeah.
This is where I hook ya and get ya. Noam Chomsky roams the halls, has been roaming these concrete halls longer than I have. It's the back of his hand. So, your child is going to be touched by the knowledge of beautiful, beautiful Marxism. And we love that at... Fuck. Hold on.
Really?
Whoa. Hold on. Moment of silence.
I think
Bosch, Utah technical tutorage for students.
That's just butts.
Exemplary.
You see, you can't even do it. Bosch, Utah, technical tutorage for students of exemplary expectation. And I rest my case.
Wow. Another spit.
That spittoon is almost overflowing now.
I definitely don't agree with Marxism, but I do agree with Noam Chomsky having an intimate, tactile relationship with our child.
I agree. I think that would be helpful for Melinda
Right,
in her
yes.
in her trauma.
Yes, right.
We do want our child to have trauma.
Yes. It's so important that if your child is going to be productive in any way that you give them trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Well, going off of that, LearnMont touches our students' hearts by surrounding them with nature and acceptance. It's a place to get away from all the big city stresses such as exhaust fumes and garbage, and all of those other problems that can get in the way of their growth. We believe education is a journey of discovery and expansion. We encourage our students to grow together, to communicate, to open their hearts and minds, to stop smoking cigarettes, cigars, cigarillos, pipes, and vape products. When your student graduates from LearnMont, you can rest assured that they will be wiser, kinder, gentler, and more fun to be around.
Ugh.
This isn't some party school. This isn't some stuffy, preppy nightmare. This isn't some hippie commune or some sort of cult. It's a chill place to unwind and reconnect with the beauty of our Mother Earth in Vermont. Thank you.
I'm so bored.
I think I would say fortunately, we have to go where Gnome is. We roam with Gnome.
We roam
right?
with Gnome, and we're sending our child to the gulag. I guess is the only way to say it. And thank you.
This is going to be my first student in 8 years. I'm so happy that you've decided
And we're paying this good man's rent right here.
Well, actually, that's pretty funny. I totally forgot to mention this in my touch segment. The Bosch, Utah Technical Tutorage of
Youth?
Fuck!
Students of exemplary ability.
No!
Damn it.
If only we knew.
That'd be Butsia.
Here we go, moment of silence. Bosch, Utah Technical Tutorage for students of exemplary expectation. It's free.
Oh, honey.
Thank God.
Thank God. We really just went by the skin of our teeth there.
Yeah.
Because we could have gotten, we just put in the deposit and everything. It's like, we already made the commitment. It could have been like, all of a sudden he's like, okay, $1 million, please. And we would have to be like, I'm so sorry, but
we can't sell our bodies.
Yeah, we can't sell our bodies. No, nobody's buying, honey.
No.
Like I said,
we're putting it out there,
fupa.
Well, I'm so glad that you guys have chosen a school. I'm not hurt at all. I totally understand. But I do, I figure you should maybe hear the prices of our schools before you go, just so you know what you're missing. I would have paid you to take your child to Alaska.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Fuck. Pretty cool, huh?
I guess that's kind of the deal with Alaska, right? Like if you move to Alaska, you get money.
Paid to do it. Yeah, it's hard to live there. Not good.
What about you, Sullivan?
Well, at this point, I have to set up a firm brick wall. You can't see any more information about my school. You're out of consideration.
This seems like some bitterness that I'm sensing.
Well,
and
not sweet
no
at
bitterness. I appreciate you very much meeting with me. I really hope for the best for your child. Sounds like
Doctor,
your child's
we can
not getting
Google
it.
your school.
Go ahead. Prices are not listed online. It's a handshake deal only. And alas,
has the handshake been retracted? You did shake our hands when you came in.
That's true.
Is that out of,
Is it
No.
Oh, no. I think that we've got him.
All right. A handshake upon sealing the transaction is when we would talk about pricing. And we would have worked with you heftily on the rates, but you don't like scholarships.
You said you would have worked with me heftily? You think I'm hefty?
I said I would have worked with both of you heftily. It was not about your weight.
I guess I'll just take my
offended.
fupa and go then.
Right.
You know what? I'm going to take my fupa and go.
Is it a fupa? I do need. We've already made a decision for the gulags.
Fat up a penis area.
Is Learnmont a fupa positive environment?
It's body positive, whatever that means.
I don't want my child's whole body to be celebrated. Just the fupa.
Just the fupa. Everything else should be deeply shamed in our culture.
If all you wanted was a child's body to be shamed, how are you not coming to my school?
Exactly.
Well, I am so disappointed, but I am getting a text from a 1A Clobo, and it says that she is outside with the young package. I don't know what that means, but I have to get out of here, guys, so it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Auf Wiedersehen. I was German.
I'm going to hit the road as well. I'm going to go back to my hotel and watch Men of a Certain Age. Good night.
Bye.
Hey, wait. One more thing. My parting message to you is FUPA without the last two letters. Bye.
Oh, he thought about that.
Well, it's been a long time since I've had a kid at my school, so if you want to just give me the GPS coordinates of your child.
Well, we don't know that.
But remember, we have her chipped.
Oh, we do have her chipped.
So I'll transfer.
We just told the vet she was a dog. They didn't question us at all.
Yeah. I'll transfer my
your fob.
Yeah, I'll transfer my fob
your
to you.
Fob.
You can have the pleasure of going to find her.
Thank you. I'll send Gnome personally.
Thank you.
It was great meeting both of you.
Thank you.
So
it was
happy.
so great meeting you.
Can't wait to see you in Salt Lake.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One more thing. Don't drink the water. It's full of my pee.
It's a bit ominous, isn't it? It's like what?
It's a bit ominous.
It's a bit ominous, isn't it?
I mean, they had every snack you could want. Hey guys, yeah. Hey, sorry we took so long down there.
You guys missed such.
You guys missed
so
much.
Yeah, I got sun chips.
It's been fucking with me the whole time. I said Tim Robbins. I meant Tim Robinson. Tim Robbins is the guy from Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yeah.
You guys probably had plenty of time to talk about that at the
No,
water
I was thinking about it the whole time. It just occurred to me.
Well, how did it go? Did they already show up?
Yeah, they actually
made our
just left.
decision.
It's so weird. We did make our decision.
Oh, who'd you pick? Sullivan is such a nice guy.
Yeah,
Dr.
honestly,
Sullivan's
I know I picked Alaska to bring you guys, but I mean, Sullivan Syrup is kind of like the hero of private schooling in America. The campus is so beautiful.
That's
the
so weird
because
we didn't. That's so weird because we really did not click with him at all.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was really difficult to work with. I would say that he was totally.
He really wouldn't meet us halfway.
He really would not meet at our demands for our child.
I'm sure you met. I think his name was Mr. Bussin from Utah. Really nice guy. Also runs a school.
Yeah,
in above ground school.
And that man, I will tell you. I mean, like if we're thinking about pedagogy in America today, I mean, like he is truly the Oprah of American popular pedagogy.
Wow.
Oprah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a criminal. He's a known criminal. He's a creep.
Why did you bring him to meet us then?
I had no choice. He held me at gunpoint before I came here, and
I guess
had
he
no
didn't
choice.
have that gun.
He
I didn't
didn't
think
have that
that
gun
he was
on his belt.
necessarily
Yeah.
holding us at gunpoint. I just thought he was
I just
kind
felt
of
like it was kind of like
a fun
like
thing.
we were hanging out and he was like pointing a gun at us. But it was like,
so
we were all like kind of
I
like
definitely
into
saw
it.
a guy who was almost like I could see through him, like sunlight passed through him,
Yeah.
That was
shooting
him.
a gun next to the head of another man outside in the parking lot.
Next to the head, like as a warning shot.
I think so.
Okay.
I honestly, again, I was just
Well,
so
that's cool.
jacked
I
for
think
the snacks.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know.
Thanks,
like,
guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I mean, like
it up.
it was really awesome. I definitely didn't want to learn a lot and I didn't. So that was great. I didn't feel like I was pressured to like be participating in any sort of like workshop or anything. It was very much like I was in control of the room and
That's good. That's always good.
Yeah.
Well, we did bring you guys. They didn't have what you asked for, but they did have one smushed zinger. Do you know zingers?
Oh, that's the hostess that's kind
It's
of
like a
off-brand.
Twinkie with like lemon cum
Right.
on it or
Oh,
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That
yeah.
sounds good to us.
That sounds
Okay,
good to us.
cool.
That for us is good food.
Mhm.
We haven't eaten in a few days.
Yeah, it's been a
Oh,
couple days.
Well, before we leave this YMCA, what do you guys have anything you want to say to our listeners at home?
Make sure to check out, now that we are free of our child, we're going to have a lot more time to pour into our podcast. Girls Like Us, you can find us on Twitter at Girls Like Us Show. And
on Apple Podcasts.
Or on Apple Podcasts, and our podcast comes out every other Monday. And let us know, like and subscribe, rate us, follow both of us on Instagram.
Follow me on Twitter. I'm not really into the whole,
Okay, fine.
Instagram. Follow me at Trophy Uncle.
You can follow me at tragic_accident. That has nothing to do with what may or may not happen to our child at the school we may or may not have chosen.
Yes.
And also, if you like The Bachelor, read my Bachelor recaps every week at I Will Make The Bachelor All About Myself at Weebly.com.
That Weebly is doing a lot of fun.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming. This was such a great time. I know we didn't get as much time to hang out as we would have liked because we were barely in the room. But
right.
Your podcast is so funny, and I can't recommend it enough to listeners. If you need a place to start, we're actually going to be on an episode coming up.
Oh, yeah.
But you should start from the beginning so you can follow the narrative of this insane book series. So
yeah, crazy books, crazy guests, but you guys are the sanest people in the room.
This is true.
The click on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Last night,
Yeah. Huge for the culture. Yeah. It was brought up on Jeopardy. James Holzhauer answered the clue correctly. We love you, James. We love you, Ken Jennings. We love you, Brad Rutter.
Yeah, Ken Jennings, an absolute bone destroyer. Yeah.
Unit. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Fuck Ken.
If you have any questions or concerns about the great 50 States of the Statesmen, reach out to us on Twitter at StatesmanPod, on Facebook and Instagram at Statesman Podcast, or by email at statesmanpodcast@gmail.com. If you would like to support the podcast, you can find us at patreon.com/statesmanpodcast. Anthony, Stewart, do you have anything to plug for us?
I, as always, just want to plug my Twitter and Instagram. Both of those are at Stuart Highcar. You can come see me at Trigger Happy at The Annoyance on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock.
I'm so sorry. Do you have an Instagram now?
I do have an Instagram. Yeah, you should follow it. And it is privated. You'll only be able to see like one thing until you follow it. But then you'll see normal content. It's really, really funny stuff. But for anybody who's interested in it, it is interesting content. So definitely check it out. Again, at Stuart Highcar is that link.
And you can follow me at I'm a Rossi on both platforms as well. I post most of my show updates on Twitter or on Instagram rather. I got it wrong twice in a row. But on Instagram, I do post a lot of show updates. Tim and I do a running show called Pasta Night. You might have just missed one, but you got to come check out the next one. Check out our Instagrams for updates on that. And just keep listening. Go to that Patreon. We have a lot of great content behind the paywall. And it's a lot of fun. And our tiers start as low as $1 a month.
That's huge. I'm definitely going to become a patron.
Yeah. Ooh, all right. Well, maybe we'll give you guys a shout out on the next ep.
Oh, shit.
Speaking of eps, we're all done, right, Mike?
Yeah, I'm just going to plug something. You can follow me on Instagram. This is Tim Ferrari. You can follow me on Instagram at young, YUNG_garlic, GARLIC. And I have a painting gallery April 15th, and it runs for a month at Chocolate City, a dark matter store in the bathroom. It's very fun. On behalf of my junior statesman, Anthony Rossi and Stuart Highcar, I'm your older statesman, Tim Ferrari. State positive.
Private school.
Public school. What's that?
Do I look good, my dear? Do I look good today? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm just another kind of girl, and you wanna see my world, so come and run away. Yeah, yeah. If you wanna play, come and play today. Let's just get away. Yeah, I will make you see all of the things that you can be. Believe in yourself, come follow me.
Luigi.
Far away.
Luigi.
Come from far away.
Luigi.
Come from far, far away.
Luigi.
Far away. Ha, ha,
That was good.
Thank you.